Hello and happy Super Soul Sunday. I decided that even though I don't know how long my voice is going to hold out, I needed to do a video and explain a few things to you guys. It sounds like some of you are getting a little bit confused here, and rightfully so. A Course in Miracles is a way to completely flip your thinking, okay? So in doing this, with every single lesson, not every single one of them is going to make sense to you right away. Not every single one of them makes sense to me right away either. We're learning, we're growing, okay? Um, so the lesson today is an extension from yesterday's lesson, meaning like we must come back to the sense of being childlike when we don't know what anything means outside of us, right? When we're children, when we're babies, we don't know what anything means. But then the outside sources, our parents, our teachers, our friends, our siblings, um, people and things on TV throughout our lives kind of teach us what things mean in our lives, right? So we have the world's idea of what everything is, right? So with these first three lessons here, we are stopping to realize that we have a mind that thinks with God, okay? That's the mind we share. That's the mind of the heart, the mind of God. And we also have a mind that sees things separate from us and separate from God, and different from God's version and God's view of what He wanted us to see things as. And it's different from God. And this is the mind that is learned from outside sources. Okay, so we have the mind of the heart, which is the mind of God, and we have the mind of the ego, which is the mind of the outside world. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. So it's the world's idea of what things mean. You have God's idea of what things mean, and you have the world's idea of what things mean. So right now we're stopping to clear out and clear away all of the outside world's ideas of what things mean so that we can stop and we can hear and know clearly, clearing the slate so that now what things mean to us is what they truly are meant to mean, not what other people tell us they mean. So this lesson allows us to step out of the learned mind frame we are in, right? And so that way, when we step outside of that, we are freeing our minds to go within and see the true meaning of what everything in the room and all around us means. Um, Everything in the meaning of everything in our worlds, there's a meaning that comes from our one true teacher, our mind, body, and soul, and from God and from Spirit, from Holy Spirit, from the divine realms. Um, that meaning is a lot of times distorted because of the ego and what the outside world says things mean. So, this is allowing us to step out of our own way to have the experience of what things truly mean. So we're relearning that. It's not that they really don't mean anything. It's not that our bodies don't mean anything. It's not that our belongings don't mean anything. It's clearing the slate so that as of right now, I'm taking away all judgment. What I thought things meant, I'm stepping back and I don't know what they mean. Okay. But then we're clearing it up to ask God, help me know what this means now. What does this truly mean? What does it mean to you, God? Because I want to be in alignment with you, not what the human ego thinks this stuff means. So when we step out and get out of our own ways, if you think about it in that way and you say the phrase, I have given everything in this room all of the meaning it has for me, then you have no extra thoughts about it, right? So there's no chatter in your mind, and it simply is what it is. And what it means to you, it means to you, right? You're not questioning it. You are allowing yourself to decide what things mean to you, to your heart, or do not mean. You aren't trying to fix anything. You aren't trying to change anything because you have given it all the meaning that it has already, right? So this brings in a lot more peace to your mind and to your heart. This is the basis of the thoughts, right? So when we are applying that, um, we are just clearing what we're already programmed to think about things. That's all it is just reprogramming ourselves to understand what it truly means to me, not what it means because that's what I've been taught my whole life it means. That's all we're doing here is reprogramming ourselves to find true meaning in things, not materialistic meaning in things, heartfelt meanings. So in lesson one, we recognize that it's a meaningless world. By clearing our slate and going back to being childlike, where we are stopping and going, okay, I don't know what things mean. It's meaningless to me right now. But we're freeing our thoughts to listen to what things truly mean to God, not what the ego of the human mind tells us it means, right? So we're putting all of the meaning upon it by stopping. And now we are being told we don't know and we don't understand anything and we don't recognize what we don't understand, and then we recognize or we don't, yes, that can seem confusing, but truly, when we're doing that, we're understanding that it's okay to not know what it means. It's okay. It's okay to be confused. It's okay to go to God for answers, for help, right? It's okay to ask for God's perspective on things and what it really we feel inside things mean to us. There's a lot of things in our lives that I know me for sure. There's a lot of things in my life that I've been taught mean something and it's never ever resonated with me. It's never meant that to me personally, but that's what I was taught it meant. And that's what this is doing. This is opening us up to clear the slate so that we're not allowing outside sources to tell us what things mean. We're really getting our own meaning of it and our own God's meaning of it, what God intended it to mean. And this really allows us to stop and listen to our inner guides, right? And when we do that and we quiet our mind and we're listening to our inner guides about what something means, then we become humbled in that space of not knowing. And we quiet our minds and we stop the thoughts of meaning. When we do that, we open up to let God guide us into what it is supposed to mean for each one of us. What is the true answer? What is the true reality for each one of us? We can stream forth our own reality, our own, truth of what things mean. And instead of us interceding what past thoughts and past beliefs of things, the learning and conditioning of this world are, Jesus and God and our angels and our guides, our divine team is gently guiding us here to clear our minds and start building upon step by step, deeper, truer beginning of recognition of what things mean. It's literally going, Jesus, take the wheel. My hands are off of it. I don't know anything. I don't understand anything. And being truly okay with not knowing for a moment, because we are opening ourselves up to reprogram what it means. Okay? And when we are okay with not knowing, we're opening ourselves up to learn everything. Right? You're surrendering to God and going, you know what, God, I know nothing at all. But you do, God. Jesus, you do. So do my spirit guides and so do my angels. You guys know. I'm open. I am an open channel for you to teach me the correct way, your way. I'm willing to know. because this is the foundation and the basis for all knowing. This is being open and okay to not know for a minute. We're renouncing our own dependence of the ego and its mechanism for physical sight. Because when we think with our ego, we think with our physical sight and what things look like or mean to our physical eyes. As we go through, we are as we are surrendering, we are opening up for a much wider spiritual sight and understanding of things. As we go through our day, we're relying on our physical eyes for understanding, right? Typically. But when we see what we believe to be true through our physical eyes, we take the understanding of what we see and we make judgments upon what we see based on what we've been taught that it means. But right now, this is the first time with these 3 lessons. Today, right now, we are recognizing this is our opportunity to no longer see through the physical eyes and make judgments of what things mean and what they are. And then what it does is it makes us stop and realize we don't know what it means. We don't. But God does, and He's going to help us know what it truly means. This is our first segue to true spiritual vision, spiritual sight instead of physical sight, right? Does that make sense? So we're swapping them out. So no longer is the ego our teacher here. Our teacher is the Holy Spirit. This is the beginning of peeling back the layers of this orange so we can get to the juicy center, right? And when you first start to peel an orange, sometimes it's a little hard. Like, ugh, am I ever going to get to this off? Am I ever going to understand this? So the point of the first 3 lessons is to help us clear our minds of all past associations, guys. And to see things exactly as they appear to us now and realize how little we really understand about them. It allows us to clear our minds, our baggage. We become a fresh, clean, blank slate state of mind. So we're coming back to that childlike state of clarity and, with openness and eagerness to learn anew, right? It's a wonderful day to start over and learn anew. That's what I see and understand about these first 3 lessons, okay? I really want to know what you guys think. I so apologize that some of you are really having a hard time with this, and I really hope that you will please stick with me. Let's get through this. Let's try to understand these things, okay? Because once we get further into this, we're going to look back on these first few lessons that are, a little bit challenging to understand, and we're going to go, yeah, now I get it. Now I understand that. Know that there's a reason why when this information was channeled, there's a reason why these first few lessons are a little difficult for us because we're still thinking in that ego mind. And that's what makes it hard for us to go, what do you mean that doesn't mean anything? But when you're thinking with your spiritual self, with your higher self, and you're aligned with who you truly are outside of your physical body and outside of your ego, you can clearly know and see the vision of what this means. Okay? Stick with me. I love you all so much. Happy Super Soul Sunday. And I will check in with you soon. Have a wonderful day. Peace out.